Hello friends, I am Dr. Vivek Sarunke. This video is demonstrating a case of tubal recanalization for a post-tubal ligation patient. Tubal recanalization is one of the one of the surgeries in benign gynecology which requires higher level of expertise just because microsurgery is involved. But I would like to state here, this surgery becomes quite easy and it becomes very easy if you use a 3D laparoscope. So this particular surgery is done in 3D. So I would like to tell you the steps of tubal recanalization before I start the surgery. The step 1 is stump preparation, which is done with monopolar needle. Step 2 is refreshening of the stump, which is done with cold scissors. Step 3 is mesosalpinx approximation, and step 4 is actually the anastomosis. Let us start with the video. You can see the uterus, which is some adhesions anteriorly, maybe because of previous caesarean section. On the left side is mid-ampullary tubal ligation site, and the right side you can see a coiled up tube at the site of anastomosis. There is first step is vasopressin is getting instilled, then we are doing a stump preparation. This is a 3 mm PCO drilling needle with 30 watt current, pure cutting current. We create the stumps on both the sides. Here the coil is getting removed. We have to restore the anatomy of this distal end initially, so we are doing that. You can see the uncoiled tube now. This is stump preparation complete on both the sides. Now we will pick up one side. This is on the left side. We are doing refreshening of the stump. This is done with cold scissors. We try to stretch the tube with two graspers, and a stretched tube is cut in layers so that we see the layers on both the sides. So if you see that layers of the tube, the serosa, the muscularis and the mucosa, it is easier to anastomose. The refreshening is done in such a way that the fibrotic element is not there. Then we have to check both the ends of the tube with methylene blue. This is a retrograde dye pusher checking the distal end, and then we are approximating the mesosalpinx. All surgery is done with 60 Prolene with 13 or 14 millimeter needle. The needle has to be very small and round body needle. The mesosalpinx is approximated in such a way that both the ends of the tube which are to be anastomosed come near, and the anastomosis remains tension free. A 3D image makes it very comfortable to suture, and this surgery becomes very easy in 3D camera, and moreover you have to use a digital zoom of the 3D to level 1, what we do in our cases, or if you are using a 2D, we use a optical zoom of the camera, so that your instruments don't clash with the telescope. This is a 6 o'clock stitch. We take 6 o'clock stitch is the most important stitch. It is outside in, inside out at 6 o'clock, and both the knot should come on one side, and it is a most important stitch which are going to place the stitch in proper anatomical position. You have to go through and through the lumen. And this is 6 o'clock stitch done. Then I generally, if it is an ampullary anastomosis, we take 3 stitches: 6 o'clock, 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock. This is a 2 o'clock stitch being taken. In this particular case, or all tubal recannulation cases, we use 2 ports on the left side, ipsilateral, and 1 port on the right side. The lower left port is a 3 mm port, upper left port is a 5 mm port. So all needle insertion or a 5 mm instrument suction or 5 mm scissors is passed by the upper 5 mm port, and the right port, lower port, right assistant port is 3 mm. Most of the needle holders and the instruments are 3 mm, graspers are 3 mm instruments. Few instruments which are 5 mm can be used through the upper 5 mm port. Now this is after these 3 main stitches, then it is only serosal approximation. Care should be taken during serosal approximation that we don't twist the tube. And there is not to be much distortion at the point. These are serosal stitches. Serosal stitches can be taken 3 or 4 in number. Accordingly, you can close the serosa. You have to see that the serosa doesn't get distorted, and the inside anastomosis doesn't get distorted. Alignment has to be taken care of. The alignment has to be straight. Recannulation is a beautiful surgery which can be carried out through 3D laparoscopy, and it's excellent results. More than 80% patients conceive if the tubes are healthy. It is our way of using 2 needle holders, 3 mm needle holders. So we use 3 mm both needle holders. Some of the surgeons use 1 grasper and 1 needle holder. That is a personal choice. But we have made the length of the needle holders, the lower needle holder shorter and upper needle holder slightly longer, and they are not normal length, because otherwise you will be very far from the target suturing, and you have to be as near as possible for the movements to be precise. So this is the final picture. We will just check whether the die has come. So it's a nice die without any leak at anastomosis size. Though if there is any leak at anastomosis size, it doesn't make any difference. It has to be not watertight closure. Only the approximation has to be good, and you are not supposed to check it too much. Just check it once. If it is coming okay, otherwise just leave it. This is one surgery which has a exit exam, so many times we are worried whether the die will come or not. So this is one of the surgery where we are always worried till the end the result will be good or no. So this is the fibrotic part getting. This tube is not as healthy as the left one, but then To complete the procedure and as demanded by the patient, we are doing it on both the sides. So nice healthy ampullary end is identified, then it is cut in layers with cold scissors and then it is checked. We check the patency of both the sides. Again coming to the mesosalpinx approximation. Always we are taking interrupted sutures so that there is no crumpling. There were some reports, some surgeons have used barbed suture for their tubal recanalization. We are totally against the barbed suture. This is barbed suture because it will cause crumpling of the tube and then the resultant tension free repair will not be there. So now this is a important 6 o'clock stitch. We have to identify the mucosa and the lumen very properly before suturing. Again we take 6 o'clock stitch, 2 o'clock stitch and 10 o'clock stitch. The needle roller length which we have seen generally is around 40 centimeters. Then comes the serrato stitches. So this is the final stitch, reconstruction. Though this side tube is not as good as the left side tube, You can still see the patency coming out, dye coming out, and this is the final picture giving wash. Recanalization is a very good surgery to do laparoscopically with very good results, excellent results, because of all microsurgical principles, minimal handling, and the precise 6-0 handling of 6-0 suture material, good magnification is the advantage you get in laparoscopy. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much.